Yes, good morning, students. Now we are going to see the another one, the packet format. Okay, that is IPv6, IP version 6. Okay, so it has been in heavily used for the decades. It has worked extremely well, as demonstrated by the exponential growth of the internet. Unfortunately, the IP has become a victim of its own popularity. Okay, it is close to run out of the IP addresses even with the CIDR and NAT uses using addresses more sparingly. Okay, the last IPv4 addresses are expected to be assigned by ICANN before the end of 2012. Okay, so over here, as you know, that the 32 bits is used to represent the IPv4 addresses, source address, and 32 bit is used to represent the destination addresses, but the IP addresses are not sufficient, as you know that they continuously the more number of hosts are connecting to the network, so we need the more and more IP addresses to assign to these new hosts which are connecting to the network. So now all these IP addresses are expected to be assigned by the ICANN before the end of 2012. Now, what is the solution for this? That is the new computers, so the new hosts which are wanted to connect to the network. So how you are going to assign the IP address that should be uniquely identify each host in the network. So for that, they have designed the new IP packet format. So this is here which we are going to be call it as a IP version the 6. So the only new, the long-term solution is to move to the larger addresses. So that is, we have to increase the number of bits which is used to represent the source address and the number of bits which is used to represent destination addresses. So IPv6 is a the replacement, the design that does just that. It uses 128 bit addresses. Okay, it is going to use 128 bit addresses, that is 16 bytes is used to represent the source address and 16 bytes is used to represent a destination address. Compared to that, there in the IPv4 we are having only 32 bits is used to represent the source address and 32 bits is used to represent a destination address. Here you are using, that is 128 bit is used to represent the addresses here, that is 128 bits used to represent the source address and 128 bit is used to represent a destination address. Okay, so now in the 1990, that is IETF started work on a new version of IP. So one that would never run out of the addresses, would solve a variety of other problems. Okay, and be more flexible and efficient as well. So what are the major goals are there? So here it is the more benefits of using the IPv6, that is going to support the billions of hosts even with the insufficient addresses allocation. It reduces the size of the routing table here. Okay, obviously less number of entries are going to be stored in the routing table. Okay, simply the protocol to allow routers to process the packets faster. So it is going to provide a better security, authentication, and privacy as compared to the IPv4. So pay more attention to the type of services, particularly for real-time data. So make it possible for a host to roam without changing its addresses. Okay, so yeah, so the allow the protocol to evolve in the future, permit the old and new protocols to coexist for the years. Okay, now IPv6, here it is that the main features of IPv6 are the first and foremost, here it is that IPv6 has a longer addresses than the IPv4. As I've already told about that, IPv6 is having a 128 bits to represent address, and in the IPv4 you are having only 32 bits is used to represent addresses. The second major improvement of IPv6 is the simplification of the header. Is it clear? It contains only 7 fields in the IPv6, okay, versus the 13 fields in the IPv4. Okay, the number of fields which are present in the IPv6 has been reduced here. So just only 7 fields are presented here. In the IPv4 you are having a 13 fields are presented. Okay, so it has been the simplified header is going to be presented in the IPv6. The third major improvement is better support for options here. The way options are represented is different, making it simple for routers to skip over options not included for them. This feature speeds up the packet processing time. A fourth area in which IPv6 represents a big advantage is in the security. Okay, the final and the more attention has been paid to quality of service is good and improved in the IPv6 as compared to the IPv4. Now, if you are going to see the packet format of this particular the IPv6 Internet Protocol version, the 6. Okay, so it is going to contain the version field will be there. Okay, and the next one is different services are there, flow label, payload length, next header, hope limit, source address, destination address. Okay, and the next one is the option that is the next header and the data which you are going to attach. The version field is always a 6 for IPv6. As you know that IPv4 it is a version, the field contains a 4 indicating that which version, that is a v4. Now here it is a version field is a 6 indicating that this is a IPv6 Internet Protocol version 6. Okay, the next one, the field is a differentiated services field. Okay, so it is nothing but the traffic class is used to distinguish the class of services for packets. Okay, so what type of services should be provided for that particular package with the different real-time delivery requirements. Okay, according to the real-time delivery requirement, the class of services for each particular packets will be treated. Now, flow label will be there. Okay, so this field is going to provide a way for a source and destination to mark the group of packets that have the same requirements and should be treated in the same way by the network. Okay, so here each flow for quality of service purposes is designated by the source addresses, destination addresses, and the flow number. Okay, so the next one is the payload length. Okay, so the payload length, this field is used to tell how many bytes follows the 40 byte header. Is it clear? It is going to tell that how many bytes follows after this header. Okay, so if your header is of 40 byte, so how many bytes of that data it is going to be carrying. So the 40 bytes are no longer counted as a part of the length here. So the total payload length, okay, it is calculated by leaving the 40 bytes of the header. Okay, so this changes means the payload can now be 65,535 bytes instead of mere 65,515 bytes. Is it clear? So payload length can be 65,535 bytes. What is the next header? The next header field tells which transport protocol, okay, to pass this particular packet, whether the packet belongs to TCP or whether it belongs to UDP. Okay, that is to the next header. The hope limit field is used to keep the packets from living forever. Okay, it is same as that the TTL field which is present in the IPv4 giving information about the time to live for the packets. Okay, so here in this way you are going to using the hope limit, a field that is decremented on each hope. Is it clear? So it is going to be, the field is going to give the number. So on every hope, when it is going to be forwarding on every hope, okay, so the field is decremented on each hope. The next one is source address and destination address. It contains the 16 bytes or 128 bits to represent that. Okay, 16 bytes to represent the source address and 16 bytes is used to represent a destination address. Okay, so they are written as 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits. So in the IPv4 what happens, they are written it as a 4 groups. So here it has been written it as a 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits with the colons between the groups, with a colon between the groups. So I think that just a minute, I'll check it out whether they have given the example or not here. Okay, so here they are given. Okay, so here this is a CTA, this is the example. Okay, so this is the example how you are going to write it as a IPv6. Okay, so the standard representation where they are given x colon x colon. Okay, so here you are having how many number of groups? 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits. Okay, so in between you are going to separating with the colons between the groups. Okay, so you just see it here where each X is a hexadecimal representation of a 16-bit piece of the addresses, and an example would be here they have given, so it is represented in a hexadecimal. Okay, you just see that particular example. How many groups are there? 8 groups are there, separated with the colon, and each 16-bit piece. Okay, so it is going to be represented with the hexadecimal number. So in this way here which you are going to write it, and the same format here you just see it here 47CD and colon, all the written the same format could be written like this also. Okay, so in between all are having the 00, so you are going to write it as a 47CD double colon, you are going to write it, indicating that in between the number of these particular 1 2 3 4 and these particular the 5 the groups are having a 0. Is it clear? So it is going to be understood here. Okay, so in the same format can be rewritten like this also. So the next one here we are going for the extension header. Okay, some of the missing here in the extension header. Okay, so we are going for the extension header. So in this the extension header, some of the missing IPv4 fields are occasionally still needed. So IPv6 is going to introduce the concept of the optional extension header. So if you want, you can use it, otherwise you can leave it. These headers can be supplied to provide the extra information. So 6 kinds of extension headers are defined at present. Each one is optional. Is it clear? Each one is optional. Anyone, if you want, you can use it, but if more than one is present, they must appear directly after the fixed header and preferably in the order listed. So 6 different types of the extension headers are there. Hope by hope options. Okay, so the description is miscellaneous information for a router. Okay, another one is destination option, additional information for the destination. Extension header routing. Okay, loose list of routers to visit. Extension header related to fragmentation, management of the sender's identity. Extension header authentication. Okay, so verification of the sender's identity. Extension header encrypted security payload. So, okay, information about the encrypted contents. Is it clear? So this is about the different types of these particular extension headers, which if you want you are going to use it. Okay, so but still there is a controversies are there. There is argument about the address length, argument about the length of the hope limit field. So that is the maximum hope limit field. It is going to be supporting up to 255 is the maximum number of hopes for a gross stake. Is it clear? So that is here it is 255 maximum number of hopes. Another argument about the maximum packet size. Is it clear? So argument is against the checksum removing against the removing in the IPv4 the checksum. And next one here it is that the biggest battle was about security. So these are all some of the controversies are also there. That is the people wanted to compare with IPv4 and IPv6. Is it clear? So but still this is that we people are able to get a sufficient number of IP addresses. Okay, so as many number of data computers, as many number of hosts we want, we people are able to connect to this particular network. Is it clear? So in this way this is we wanted to conclude about this particular the topic. Okay, thank you very much.